Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and Gerhard 1963 is back. Gerhard's last puzzle was very amusing because it had these navy blue lines and neighbouring digits had to have a difference of at least 8, which tickled me. Now, I think the same is going to apply here, but we've got modifier cells. So Gerhard, so it's not a joke anymore. It's something where we're going to have to apply it and get interested. The last puzzle was quite good and not as easy as I thought going into it. So I suspect this is going to be harder, especially with a name like Abyssus. That's probably the classical version of rabbit hole. Anyway, we'll see how deep we have to go. In a moment, don't forget now, on Patreon, as of yesterday, we released the new hunt, Swipe Right, where you have to help us at our dating agency by matching up puzzles together. And it's proving incredibly popular. We suggested it would be easier than the previous months by some way. Some people looked at it and said, well, I don't see how this is easy. Then once they got going, they went, well, it's not easy, but it's very approachable. And the upshot was that over 60 people had done it by midnight our time within the first 8 hours. And that was up to well over 100 as of this morning. And I suspect by the time this goes out, 200, 250, who knows, will have done it. It is definitely more approachable. So one person suggested they were expecting something a bit harder for Christmas. Now, this is my chance also then, talking about Christmas, to mention the Advent calendar. Hang on 1 second. Here we go. Lucas Prott sent us an email telling us about the Math Plus Advent calendar, which is available. Lucas is an educator, and the Math Plus Advent calendar invites you to discover the beauty and power of math beyond the subjects covered in school. So this is, we'll publish under this video a link to how to get there. But basically it's an Advent calendar to take kids through some interesting math topics, and I have no doubt there will be Sudoku or something like it featured. The 24 challenging puzzles are aimed at curious high school students, university students, teachers, and everyone interested, i.e. everybody. But Lucas has been running this for at least a couple of years, and it's in English and German. It's available here. So do check that out if you want a mental challenging Advent calendar. That is where we would send you. We have previously had Advent calendar patron rewards and the like in the past, but this year it's Swipe Right on Patreon. Do check it out. Loads of other stuff on Patreon, including long solves and crossword videos and so on. Oh, we're in a new month. I'll have to record a new crossword video soon. Excellent. And what else is going on in this new month? Well, new month, but still Fog of War in its first month of release and doing fantastically well. It's one of our apps, and you can check out all of our apps on the links under the video. If you're on Android or App Store, like most people, get the CTC main app, and then you can get the all of the more recent releases within that, including Fog of War. So that's how to do that. If you're on Steam, you get them individually. Now, where else are we going? We've got all of our merchandise and SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD. They're all on links under the video. But the first link is to Abyssus by Gerhard 1963, and I'm going to go through the rules now. The rules say that normal Sudoku rules apply. So 1 to 9 will be in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Hurrah. Now there are doubler cells. We have to shade 9 cells so that there's exactly 1 in every row, column, and 3x3 box. So this is one of the possible dispositions of those doubler cells. Shaded cells cannot, the doubler cells are a set of the digits 1 to 9. And their values are, unsurprisingly, double the value of the digit in the cell. Now, in the cages, digits don't repeat and the values add to the number shown. There is a doubler cell in every cage. That's going to be an important rule. I'm glad I spotted that. Now, here are the Orbital Whispers. These are navy blue lines along which, I mean, it's a faded navy, but it is navy, along which adjacent values differ by at least 8. So given the existence of doublers, they don't always have to be 1-9 pairs now. That's the change here. And values in cells separated by a black dot, values have a ratio of 1 to 2. So one of those is double the other. And in white dot cells, well, the white dots are joining consecutive digits, no, consecutive values. So those are the rules. Give it a try. Watch out for those values. Let's get cracking. Okay, well, the very useful rule that I did spot there is that there is a doubler in each cage. Now, I'm going to aim to make the doublers in this puzzle red and the non-doubler cells green. So the rest of boxes 3 and 7 are green. The rest of columns 3 and 7 are green. And look, now we've got some green areas of navy, if you see what I mean. We've got navy lines in doubly green areas, and they must be 1-9 pairs every time. However, we've got this pair, which is not a 1-9 pair, because 1 and 9 have been used, well, yeah, it's not a 1-9 pair. You can't use the digits 1 and 9 here. But this pair exists with a difference of 8, so that has to be a doubler. The same is going to go on in its symmetrically equivalent counterpart over there. And then we can do a bit more greening of cells that can't contain doublers. Then we have to look for another place where we can't have a 1-9 pair. I'm not actually finding any. Oh, no, hang on. Those two. Yeah, this can't be 1 or 9. So for that pair to exist, that is a doubler, and the same will be true in its symmetrical counterpart. And I honestly think finding the doubler cells is going to be one of the easier parts of this puzzle. Well, we can now identify that those are not doubler cells, for instance, and that these definitely are. And we've definitely found 6 of them. We've found the one in the central box. Yeah, we found all 9. There they are, in a beautiful symmetrical disposition in the puzzle. And here's another 1-9 pair that must be, that are all green, so they must be 1-9. And there's a nice start to a nice puzzle. This might not be the abyss I was worried about, to be fair, but we've got a long way to go, so let's not get overexcited. Right, I've got a double black. Okay, this is an odd digit, which I know because this doubler cell has to be an even digit. In fact, I was going to say it has to be 2 or 3 because it can't be 1, and if you doubled 4, you'd break the cage total. But it can't even be 3 because that would be a 1. So that's a 2, and that's a 3, and that's a 6. And I mean, this is one of the most approachable doubler puzzles I've ever seen. Thank you, Gerhard. Thank you so much. Honestly, it's a joy when you can just see what to do for once. Right, we've got to start. We're not done. We need... These ones on the blue lines are likely to be quite big doublers. That's going to be a small one. It's not a 1. We've had a doubled 2. This is either a doubled 3 with a 4 or a doubled 4 with a 2. That's all it can be. Now, that's 2 or 4. This white dot cell has to be odd and is 3 or 5. It can't be 1 because 1's on that line. Ah, there's a 1. Oh, look, we can place 1 and 9 in the central box. We've got that 1-9 pair, that 1-9 pair, and that 1-9 pair. So that's where 1 and 9 go in the central box. Anything else going on here? I can hear a strange rumbling sound as though somebody might be drilling 2 flats away or running an appliance. I hope you can't hear that. What else is going on? We've got lots more doubler cells to find. Should I have been able to do more there? If that was 4, that would be 2, that would be 3. If that was 3, that would be 4, that would be 5. I don't know. There is a 4 in this cage. That's probably not very interesting. Feels like I have to use the crop key next. But maybe it's about these lines. We need a difference of at least 8. Yes, these digits. Yes, it is about these lines, I think. I suggested earlier they're probably high digits. I think we can be absolutely certain they're high digits. Although, what do I mean by high? Do I mean 6, 7, 8, 9? Okay, what I'm going to say is that since none of these cells I'm highlighting can be a 1, then they must be at least 2. There's a difference of at least 8 to these cells. And they've got to be higher, and that difference is going to take them up to have a value of at least 10. So they are selected from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These two can't be a 6 by Sudoku. Now, there are places where 5 can't go, and they are where their neighbours can't be 2s. And this is one I've seen. That can't be a 2. So this can't be a doubled 5. That's 7, 8, or 9. Maybe there aren't any others yet where I know that they can't be touching a doubled 2. Oh, well, sorry, I've mistakenly included the central cell. I only have 4 of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. So that is not a complete set, and it means I can't fill in. In fact, where is the doubled 1 cage? It's not there because of the 1, 9 pair. It's in one of those two places. One of those is the doubled 1, and I'm not so interested in its value. It's going to push the ones in the corner boxes to those positions or those positions. I don't know how to use that. No, I don't know how that's relevant. Okay, maybe now I'm staring down the abyss. This was going along swimmingly for a while, and now I'm a bit stuck. What can we find to do next? That's doubled 3 or 4. Doubled 9 can't be here because it sees... Ah, yes, doubled 9 can't be here or here because of the 1 9s in their boxes. Or here, or here. Right. That's a 5, 6, 7, 8 quad. The remaining, that is 3 or 4 because it's not 2. It can't be 1 or 9. So that's a pair with that one. And these corner ones are both 1 and 9. Okay, so we made a bit of progress there. Now, one of these 3 is a doubled 5 and is seeing a 2. Right. Either that cell or that cell is a 2, because one of those 3 is a doubled 5 and can only be next to 2 on the line. So either that cell or that cell is a 2, and now this one can't be. That is a very clever step in this puzzle, by the way. I'm really impressed by that. Very neatly put together. Now, we've got a doubled 3, that's a doubled 4. Yeah, that was interesting. Now, look at that, it's beautiful. These two can't be 5s now, and we know where the doubled 5 is. That's the one that has to be surrounded by 2s. This is absolutely lovely, Gerhard. I'm really, really pleased. There's a 2 in box 9. There's a 2 in one of those cells in box 3. One of these in box 1, that's not so helpful. 4, 1, 9, 2. 5 in the central column is in one of those 2. I'm hoping to reduce this to a bit of Sudoku soon. Now, okay, hang on. The next thing to say is one of these is a doubled 6. Now, is that constrained? That's a value of 12, which can be next to 2, 3, or, well, 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's obviously fine here. But here, well, that digit would have to be a 4. If this was the doubled 6, that would have to be a 4. And this would have to be a 3, which would actually be very helpful. I wish I could rule doubled 6 out of this cell instead. I think once you get up to doubled 7 and 8, they can sit next to not quite anything, but many more digits. That didn't quite work though. So one of these is a 6. Is there some other trick to pull? They're both seeing that cell. That's not so interesting. No, I don't know. Okay, let's think again. One of these is a doubled 6. I think it's fine here. It's just really easy for this to be a doubled 6, given what we've got in the box. Oh, let's do Sudoku. That's a better thing to do. So there's a 5 in one of those cells and a 5 in one of those two. In fact, this digit is 7 or 8. It actually can't be anything else. When are we going to untangle the 1s and 9s? I suspect not for a long time. And I don't even know how that's going to happen when it does. Right. Maybe I need to find a white dot that's useful. So this one, for instance, can't have 1, 9 or 3 on it. Its odd digit is 5 or 7. If it was 5, it's not allowed to be there because we've got that pairing. But it could be a 7. Yeah, I need to find a useful white dot, maybe. I don't know. I don't know quite what the next step is likely, where it's going to come from. That is 6, 7, or 8. These are from 5, 6, 7, or 8. Oh, okay, what does that do here? On this white dot? It does something. It means these aren't from 5, 6, 7, 8. And they don't include 2. It doesn't have to be a 3, 4 pair though, because this could still be 9, 8. If that was 7, 6, 5. If that was 9, 8, that would be 1, that would be 9, that would be 1. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, well, maybe let's have a look along this row. Ah, there is another 1 or 9 in one of these cells. Can it be there? It couldn't be a 1 there. It can't be here because there's a 1, 9 pair in the column. That is 1 or 9. Look at that. That's the vital cell. Row 7, column 8. Hats off to you if you spotted that 3 minutes ago when I was starting to look around. So that can't be 1 or 9 because of that. This one is, but there's another one in the row and it can't be there because of that pair. So that's 1 or 9, but it can't be 1. So that's 9. That's really going to do stuff. 8, 7... a 6, 5 pair here, definitely, I think. That's an 8 in the column. This pair is 3 and 4. That makes this pair 3 and 4. Now that can't be 3 because 4 would be there and 2 would be there. So that's a 4, that's a 3, that's a 5. That can't be 8, and that's one of the red cells. One of the doublers. One of these is 8. These are from 2, 6, 7, as is this digit, which is 6 or 7. This is now a 1. Now, how many of the 1, 9s is this going to unwind? Oh, it's loads, actually. We can finish that line with the alternation. This is fixed because of that 9 in its box. So that's going to do the 1, 9s in the corners. Oops, that's a 9, that's a 1, that's a 9. I must have nearly finished the 1, 9s. Ah, I'll tell you, oh look, that 1 is looking across to this. Now I can do those. I tell you where we've just discovered a 1, and this might be the last 1 or 9 in the grid. It's here, isn't it, in this cell? It is the last 1 or 9 in the grid. That on the white dot goes with a 2. And that's going to put a 2 in one of these cells. 4, 4. There's a 4 on this white dot, but I don't know what it goes with yet. This white dot is selected from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feels like I've looked at that before. Oh, that's become a 4 here. And 8 to finish the row. 4, 5, 7 in this set. I've still got those doublers to finish off. Maybe we'll get to that by Sudoku. What about this pair? Can't use 1, 2, 5 or 9. So it could be a 3, 4 pair. Or from 6, 7, 8. And that's going to leave this cell being 3 or 8 in the row. Which is not quite what I wanted to learn. Still got a few doublers to finish off, but this has been, I've really enjoyed this journey. This digit actually is 3, 6, 7 or 8. Now, I don't think it can ever be 8 because it would be next to a doubled 7 and the difference isn't enough. A doubled 7 at most. If it was a 7, it would have to be next to doubled 8. The same might be true. No, if it was a 6, it could be next to doubled 7. This one's obviously fine to be anything. So this digit is, by Sudoku, 6, 7 or 8. Now again, by the rule, it can never be an 8 because it would be next to doubled 7 there. Can it be a 7? That would have to be doubled 8 by Sudoku. And that would make this doubled 7 from 7 wouldn't be enough. And doubled 6 clearly wouldn't be enough. This can never be a 7. This is a 6. Doubled 7 is enough. This can't be a 6 now, because 6 to doubled 6 is not enough of a difference. It's only a difference of 6. So that is the 7, 8 red pair, and this is the 6, which is unsurprising, probably not all that helpful, but that's a 7 now. We can take 7 out of those cells and the corner marks. Okay, the odd digit on this white dot, because each white dot has an odd and an even. It's not 1, 3, 7 or 9. The odd digit is 5, and because we know 5's in one of those two cells, that is not the 5, so it's here. This is 4 or 6 by white dot rules. Then we've got 7 or 8 here, because of everything else it sees in the row and column, and 4 or 7 here. In fact, that's the only position in column 3 for an 8. Yes, it is. So that's now 7, and we've done all the red doublers. This is not 7. What have I got in the row? 3, 6, and 2, so there's only one place for 2. Hopefully, the rest of this puzzle is classic Sudoku virtually. Oh, we've still got the white dots at the bottom, so not quite. 4, 6, and 8. That is 4 or 6. This is 8. That place is 5. That must be next to a 4. 2 and 3 needed in the top row. That's become straightforward. 6, 3, 6, 4. This is not a 4, but there is a 4 on the white dot, so it's there. That's now not a 4. This has actually become a 4. Now I probably know what's going on this white dot, but I'm going to perversely look at this one first. That is 4, 6, or 7. And that's not the one I should have looked at first. Let's look at this one now. 1, 2, 9, 8, 4. Oh no, look down the central column. We've got a 6, 7 pair to fill in. So that becomes 4. So I was looking at the right white dot first. 7, 5. In this bottom row, we need an 8 and a 3. The white dot does reveal that. Then I've got 6 and a 3, 7 pair. Strangely not complete. Here I've got 2, 5, 8. That must be 2. And these two are a 5, 8 pair. 9, 4, 6. That's become a 3. 2 and 7 just go in. That's a 5. 8, 5. It's a beautifully put together puzzle. That, I mean, you see, Gerhard comes up with an idea. Cool and good. That's a nice message. That's good fun. Gerhard has come up with an idea with the last puzzle. And, you know, I probably mentioned when I was looking at the rule set that with doublers or some other modifier cells, it wouldn't be quite as straightforward as it was in that puzzle. And he's done it, and he's done a perfect one. That's classic. Thank you very much for watching us here on Cracking the Cryptic. I hope you had a go at that puzzle because you will have enjoyed it. And we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.